Hi Trish, my name is Susan Kaiser, and this is my submission for assignment 4 in the Library Instruction Techniques course. If this were a real classroom setting, I would have a smartboard, a computer connected to it, and I would be using a combination of PowerPoint slides, demonstrating on a computer, and instructing. As it is, I've combined all of these elements, so I'm going to be using screencasting techniques interspersed with PowerPoint slides and instructing. My session would normally be a 60-minute session, so I'll do the introduction for the whole session, and then I'll focus on the 10-minute segment on resource lists. Here we go. Hi everyone, and welcome to Your Destiny. My name is Susan Kaiser. I'm a qualified library technician, and I have been running the high school library here at CIS for the last 3 years. Now, how many of you know what Destiny is? Okay, great. So, how many of you have used Destiny to actually look up resources and to do your research for projects? Nobody? So up until now, what have you been using? Google, Wikipedia, library books? Okay, these are all great resources to use. But now you're in grade 7. In grade 7, your teachers will want you to use credible, authoritative, and real resources. That's where Destiny comes in. Using Destiny to conduct your research will greatly improve the chances that you'll get higher grades because teachers are looking for reliable, credible information sources in your research. So, by the end of this session, we're going to give you a basic understanding of how to do that in Destiny. You'll be looking at how to access Destiny from any computer, not just from school, how to log into your own personal account, and also how to conduct searches through keyword, subject, title, or author choices, and how to find the results both in library materials, in websites and database materials. Then you're going to learn how to take the results of your searches and put them into resource lists so that you can access them later and so that you can create or generate MLA-style works cited pages. By the end of this session, you should be able to access the CIS Destiny website and log into your account, conduct basic searches and retrieve results from the library, websites, and databases, create and maintain a resource list, and generate citation lists in the MLA format. Okay, great. So you've all had the chance now to conduct a search and you found great resources. But how do you keep track of those resources? Yes? Yes, you could write them all down and write down these very long URLs, but Destiny offers you an easier way to keep track of these, and that's called resource lists. Resource lists are the place to keep together the resources you found during your search. You can save books, website addresses, and database results into your resource lists. You can create as many lists as you need, one for each project that you're working on. You can make the lists private or share them with the rest of the school by making them public. And you can add co-owners so that if you're working in a team, the two of you can both add to the lists. Finally, you can create MLA-style works cited pages very easily. Okay, so let's find out where to access resource lists and how to create new ones. I'll create the first one, and then you'll have a chance to do one yourself. Once you're signed into the Destiny catalog, you can access your resource lists from the catalog page or from the My Info page. From either page, click on resource lists to actually get to them. You'll notice right off that you already have a My Personal list. This list is permanent and cannot be deleted. My Personal lists are under the tab My Lists. Anything under this tab is private and can only be seen by you. However, there are also public lists. Public lists are those that have been shared by other students and teachers so that the whole school can access them. In some cases, for instance, Mr. McDonald, he's created a computer science high school list. This list would be used by his computer science students to access the information that he wants them to access. Now let's go back to My Lists and we'll create our first personal list. Remember, I'll be creating the list and you'll get a chance to do so afterwards. Start by clicking Add List. Oh, my computer's a bit slow today. Let's see if it speeds up. There we go. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I can name my list, and in keeping with our previous searches, I'll just name it Canadian Tundra. I now have the option of making this list public, but I don't want to make it public, so I'll just leave it blank. I could add a description, but I don't need one. If I were making it public, that might be more beneficial. You can also add co-owners to your list. Any idea why you'd want to do this? Yes, Lisa? Right. If you're working in a team, you'd want to have every team member have access to that list so they can add their own resources as they come across them. Thank you. To add a co-owner, first you need to find the patron or the person that you want to add. Jenna, for this example, I'll just add you. Type in the name of the person and then click Go. You'll notice that a list of people who fit the description Jenna pop up. In this case, I want to choose this second one and I'll add her. There she is, Jenna. Now I can save my list and all the characteristics that I've given it will be there. Okay, Jenna, click on Resource List now. Do you see Canadian Tundra there? Right, because you're a co-owner, it's going to show up on your list. Now everyone, I want you also to click on Resource Lists. Go to Public Lists. Can you find Canadian Tundra? That's right, no you can't, because it's not a public list. But hang on a sec, I'll make it public. Now, everyone, click on Public Lists again. Can you see it now? Great, so you all have access to it. But none of you can add anything to it. Keep that in mind. Okay, so you've seen me do it, now it's your turn. I want each of you to create a list, a resource list. Please keep the list private, name it Wolves, and add me as a co-owner. That way I can see that you actually got the list done. Okay, everyone got their resource lists? Great. Now that we have them though, what do we do with them? How do we get stuff inside those resource lists? Well, remember the searches we did earlier? Let's go back and do those again, and I'll show you how to get resources into your resource list. So I'm going to repeat my search, Canadian Tundra, and I'll do a keyword search. If you have a look at the screen, you'll see that once again we still have no library books on the Canadian Tundra. However, there probably are websites related to it, so let's look at that tab. Now, before we add anything to our list, you'll notice a little Selected List tab here. You can choose the list you want to put your selections into. So let's choose our Canadian Tundra list. Right beside your selected list, you'll see an Add Page button. You can add the entire search results to your list, but as you notice here, there's 243 results. It's much better to be selective, so let's choose a few to add right now. Now, rocks, trees, mountains, and tundra. I'm going to click this button to the right of the screen, Add to this list. You'll notice that once you've done that, you'll see a check mark telling you that it's in the list. I'll choose 2 more. And now we have 3 websites. Let's move over to the OneSearch feature and see if we can find any images to add to our resource list. Remember, when you've got the database tab open, you have to click on Get Results. Once the list of databases show up, choose the one you want. In this case, Britannica Image Quest. If you click on the Show button below, what will happen is the top 100 files will show up in a list right underneath that selection. Choose any 3 pictures, or I'll choose 3 pictures, and add them to my resource list as well. Now, let's go back and take a look at our resource list. Here's my Canadian Tundra list. No library materials because we don't have any books. Websites, though, there they are. And the OneSearch results, there they are, direct links to the pictures that I want. Okay, so now you've seen how it's done. It's your turn to practice. Do a search for wolves. Choose 3 resources from each of the library materials, websites, and OneSearch results. If you need any help, let me know. I'm right here. So that's it for resource lists. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, keep in mind that you can come and ask me anytime. I'm always here to help you. We will have the opportunity to practice some more at the scavenger hunt that we'll do at the end of this session. But for now, we'll move on to citation lists.